Hello YouTubers, how you doing? CJ here. I hope you're keeping well. Alright, so first of all I'd like to say a mega thank you to all my new subscribers because I checked this morning and it's all the sevens. Yes, that's right. 7,777 subscribers. Wow. It really is overwhelming, and I honestly can't thank you all enough from the bottom of my heart. Like I always say, I honestly really didn't. I never expected this channel to get as it is today. I really didn't. So, honest from the bottom of my heart, thank you all so much because it's you that makes this channel what it is. Thank you. The other day, I received a little request on my last video. Sorry, I'm a little bit tired this afternoon. I've had a crazy busy weekend, so please forgive me. And I'm a little bit chesty as well. So, and forgive me if I'm every now and then popping to look straight ahead. There's something going on outside with work, man. So, I'm being nosy at the same time. Okay, right. So, on my last video, I had a request from, let me get this correct. It's Ty Guy, the Elvis fan. Now, please check out his channel, right? I'm not sure how old he is, but he's a young lad. And do you know what? He's showing his Elvis collection, and he's really good with how he's doing it. And do you know what? It's so lovely to see the younger generation collecting Elvis vinyl, CDs, DVDs, and so forth. And what really impressed me about him, because I'm calling him Ty Guy because I'm not sure of his name. So this is for you. What I'm really impressed with, he was talking about like what pressings he's got. Now, like I said, this kid only sounds like a young lad, and for somebody that young to know about different pressings, really did impress me. You know, and thing is, he's still learning, and it's lovely to see that. So, if all of my subscribers could check him out, Ty Guy, put a comment, mate, in the comment section, and put a link to your channel in my comment section, right? Because I would love for more people to subscribe to you. I really would. So he asked me if I could do a review and give some information on this album, which is On Stage. Now, this is a UK first pressing, and I got all my information. I've in the comment section. I'm going to post a link to where I found all my information from when I was collecting the UK pressings, because obviously I tried to do it a while back. But if you go into Google and type in Elvis UK vinyl, there's a website, and on that website it tells you what the front cover looks like, and it tells you all the variations. So it'll go from like your first pressing to your second pressing to your third pressing, all the way up to your ninth pressing on some of them, and it'll tell you what features to look out for on the cover. And I absolutely adore it. So sadly, now this doesn't have the poster. I was never one for posters though, so it never really bothered me that much. I know that sounds a bit silly, but if I do come across it cheap enough with the poster, then I'll get it. Now, this is a fantastic album. An orange label there. And basically when there's vinyl versions of this out there as well, saying February 1970 On Stage. So this is the original vinyl cover. Here's the back. And I remember buying this when I was younger, and I just absolutely adored it. And obviously, when I was younger, I obviously thought this was the first concert that Elvis opened up with CC Rider in. Obviously, as years go on, you know, you learn more, you study more, and you realize it's not the case. So I'm gonna take a leaf here, right? I'm gonna nick something from my good friend Mark at Lola. here, sweetheart. Come here. Come on. Come on. Sorry about this. I can't stop the camera. Come on. Come here. Come here, Lola. Come and say hello for a second. Come here. Now this is Lola. Sorry to change the subject for a minute, but she's a toy poodle. She's 13 years old, and she's got doggy asthma. So that's what you were just hearing in the background. So I do apologise about that, but that was this thinking too. You want to see Mummy? Go on. Go on. Here we go. There we go. Right, okay, back to the video. Sorry. I'm going to steal something. Mark, you can give me a row for it later, my friend, but I'm going to steal it on this video only. I'm going to read out the track listings. Mark at 100% Pure Elvis. We'll have to catch up this week, mate. Okay, so side 1, you've got CC Rider, Release Me and Let Me Love Again, Sweet Caroline, Runaway, The Wonder of You. Side 2, you've got Poke Salad Annie, Yesterday, Proud Mary, Walk a Mile in My Shoes, and Let It Be Me. And it's an absolutely fantastic album. I really enjoy listening to it. You know, it's not one that I listen to. Excuse me. It's not something that I listen to regularly, though. But when I do put it on, I enjoy it, as I do with every Elvis album. And obviously, it got released on CD also. Now, this is the first edition, that when it came out on CD first. This is obviously the club edition. Where I say this was the first CD version, I mean like in like the UK. I mean, obviously they're all done in made in Germany and obviously distributed in the UK and so forth. Because it says distributed in the UK by BMG. So they were all produced over there and then sold over here. Where obviously in other countries like America and so forth, obviously the first time this album got released on CD, the cover may differ a little bit. But that's the inside there. Now I do have another CD release of this, but I didn't get it when I was getting the CDs off the shelf. Somebody rang my doorbell and I forgot to pick it up. So, but the other CD that I forgot has the same back cover as the original vinyl. The other CD release, however, I did pick up to show you because I picked the two up. Looked in my hand, the door rang, I went straight to the door, come straight in here, forgot all about it. So, the other CD release I've got to show you is this one. Now, this one's this Australian CD release, and this is can be a little bit rare to get hold of. You can find it. It's one that does come up every now and then, but at the same time, it doesn't. This doesn't have a booklet. This is just one sheet, one little card sheet. Okay. And on the spine of this one, the first one on the club edition just says Elvis Presley on stage. Whereas this one says Elvis Presley on stage, February 1970. So, pretty cool to have. I mean, I'm I don't know. I'm always 50-50, but having repeats of the same album when it comes to CDs. I guess though, like the vinyl, if it's a variation and it's a rare issue, then it is nice to have. So, and what I find about this one is obviously this is the first edition that got released and distributed in the UK. And there's the one which came out in Australia. You see the difference? The oops, really sorry about that. I'm sure you can see the difference there. Now, On Stage was put together by simply with Elvis doing some concerts in Las Vegas, and they were edited down. All the songs were edited and mixed, and basically they were picked at hand to produce the album. Now, when I was a kid, I thought it was a full like concert type thing because obviously I was still learning about music and about concerts and how they formed and how albums put together. And obviously over the years and growing up, I learned as I went along. This box set here, Rebooked at the International. Now, this was put out by the Backdraft Company, and I'm going to read the back out to you. Okay, I'm going to read that out best way that I can because I sometimes struggle with pronouncing some words. Okay, so when Elvis returned to live performances in 1969 at the International Hotel in Las Vegas and broke all existing attendance records, it was only logical. It was only a logical step for him to return to the desert city. Rebooked at the International Hotel for a month-long engagement from January 26th to February 23rd, 1970. RCA was on hand to record his performances for a second live album, eventually released as On Stage. This deluxe 4 CD set features these multi-track recordings, including the unreleased leftovers made by RCA. These are the original rough mixes made by Felton Jarvis in early 1970 in preparation for the upcoming on-stage album. Also included are soundboard recordings of both the opening and closing show in far superior quality than ever before. The accompanying sorry, the accompanying 100-page book features numerous unpublished pictures and detailed information about Elvis's winter engagement in 1970. This is Elvis at his peak as a live performer. And as you can see there, I mean, the back cover features him there in the same suit, just a different shot. And obviously the front cover, again, that's obviously a full shot, same suit. Okay. Now I absolutely adore this this box set. Now the concerts in here have been released again, reissued. There's actually another CD I should have got off the shelf. It's by the MRS label. Maybe my good friend Mark will know which one I'm on about. I had them all out as well to get hold of, but it's just been one of them mornings. So please forgive me. So if you go on to CD 1 and 2 here, lovely CDs. So CD 1, you get the entire concert of January 26, 1970, and it's the opening show. So I'm going to read the songs out. Mark at 100% Elvis. Like I said, you can give me a row for stealing what you do later. Now, I love Mark to bits. He's a great guy. Okay. So you've got track 1, which is Sammy Shaw Comedy Act. Then you got the opening Vamp. Then you got All Shook Up. That's Alright. Then Elvis Talks. Proud Mary. Don't Cry Daddy. Teddy Bear Don't Be Cruel. Long Tall Sally. Let It Be Me. I Can't Stop Loving You. Walk a Mile in My Shoes. Going straight into In the Ghetto. True Love Travels on a Gravel Road. Sweet Caroline. Poke Salad Annie. Introductions. Kentucky Rain. Suspicious Minds. And Can't Help Falling in Love. Now, a lot of people are used to Elvis doing Don't Cry Daddy going into In the Ghetto, but and also opening up with either Blue Suede Shoes or That's Alright Mama. Obviously, this one is these concerts here. You opened up with All Shook Up. For those of you who didn't know. Now, True Love Travels on a Gravel Road. What a fantastic live performance. The only time as well that Elvis sang the song live. And I just think it's a fantastic song all round. Originally recorded and released in 1969 for the album From Elvis in Memphis. And yet he performed it live in 1970. Fantastic. And then you got CD2, Now, this is on stage. This is on stage the album, the Felton Jarvis Rough Mix. So for this, he's put CC Rider, Elvis Talks, Release Me, Sweet Caroline, Elvis Talks, The Wonder of You, Poke Saladani, Elvis Talks, Proud Mary, Walk a Mile in My Shoes, Let It Be Me, and I Can't Stop Loving You. Now, with Elvis Talks, for those who may not be aware, doing Elvis's concerts, he loved to talk to the audience. He loved to engage with the audience. You know, he'd like to get them involved, make them part of the show, and talk about his career a little bit, because there was different people coming to see Elvis every time. Maybe, obviously, repeated fans came, obviously, but you know, there would always be you know, a few that, you know, probably have seen Elvis for the first time. You know, because his concerts were sellouts, you know, and his concerts were so exciting. When you go once, you just want to go again. So, you know, now obviously I was not born in that time era, so you know, I didn't go to see him. But I can just imagine, you know, if I was, I mean, I got a big fear of flying. I mean, like I said, I've turned down Graceland 3 times. Yes, I'm absolutely bonkers. I know, I get it. I will get there one day. One day. But if Elvis was still alive, there's a part of me that believed at some point, if things would have been different, I think he would have come over here. Okay, and this box set has a fantastic book with it. Lovely information about the album, about the recordings, about the concerts he was doing that period. Some lovely photographs. Some lovely, lovely photographs. Now I'm going to do, like I said, I'm going to do a review on every album, but I'm thinking, I want your advice. Should I create a separate channel for specifically Elvis reviews of albums, which means I would start from the very first, go all the way up to 77 and beyond, including the box sets and so forth like this. But I would have to film them in a different way, because I would want to turn the camera around and show you page by page, lyric by lyric, and I would also give some information about who like wrote the songs and so forth as well, and where Elvis got the inspiration from to do this, that, and the other. So, should I create a separate channel specifically for that? Or should I just continue with this channel? Because I'd keep this channel going whichever happens. Maybe I should just start doing it on here. I don't know. So anyway, some lovely, lovely photographs. And there's obviously information there. I mean, that's pretty cool to see. That is the soundboard recording of the opening show, January 26, 1970, in its original box. Please note the remarks by John Deary. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's the opening show. Go to reel 2, and you got reel 1. Let's see if I can show you that a little up close there. Not sure what it's picking up. So again, lovely picture of Elvis there. I absolutely adore this box set, I've got to be honest. So to say that I don't listen to it regularly, maybe because every time I do, like I said, I adore every album when I listen to them. What's the matter, Lola? Is it your bunny you want? Is it your bunny? Honestly, Lola in the family, she's our baby, and this is her bunny. Even though it's a doorstep, she likes to, because it's as big as her, you see, so she likes to. There we go. Is that what you want? Don't give me those puppy dog eyes. I can't. There's some lovely photographs. I am sorry. Some of the things I get an email about is, you know, people find me a bit, you know, quite quirky and happy-go-lucky. And I like to be happy. I like to be positive. I like to be up. You know, I don't want to be sat here miserable. You know what I mean? You gotta laugh. You know. So lovely photographs. So I'm trying to show you page by page best way that I can at the moment. Do you know, I actually, after I do this video, I might put this album on because I fancy listening to it now. I would have something on in the background. I tried that once or twice, but be careful with copyrighted music and stuff. So, some lovely, lovely, lovely photographs in here. Now, this album on stage, I've had many CD releases. There's an expanded CD release where you got the album, then you got other tracks on it. But and I did have that. I've had a few different releases on stage, but I've always ended up, partnering with them because I never used them, never bothered with them, and I felt, well, maybe somebody could get use out of them. In fact, the expanded version, I think I'd give it to my dad. Because I got this. I mean, technically, if you got this, do you really need the album? I mean, I shouldn't say that. Mark may tell me off for saying that, but I don't mean it that way. What I mean is that you got everything that's on your on stage album, you've got on you. That's kind of like what I mean. Of course you got to have the album if you're an Elvis fan and collector. If you're an Elvis fan and collector, really, any true fan will have all the albums. And I don't mean that in any disrespect either. I mean, some people I know that are just figuring out and finding out more about Elvis's albums and are still collecting. So I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. So that may have come out wrong, but it's not the way that I meant it. Some lovely photographs here of like the locations of the international. You've even got like a map of the international hotel. Like you got the International Convention Center. You got the main lobby. You got the shops. You got the guest room tower, shops, coffee shop, kitchen, theater lounge, main showroom, main kitchen and storage, convention center, main lobby again, and you got these lovely postcards that was being sold in the international hotel as well. Some lovely pictures. So it's a real in-depth, great box set full of different information. And just look at these photographs. They are absolutely fantastic. And again, look, he's playing my favorite guitar. Yes. Which I showed on the That's the Way It Is video recap. I've had this box set now for many, 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 many years. It's a fantastic box set. It truly is. And some of these pictures are just so glorious to look at. I mean, well, they're all glorious to look at, really. But and I know these concerts, like I said, have had a few other releases, but and I have got the MRS release version of the box set. Obviously, they show you here about which one is this? Front and back sleeve of the original US on stage release. Shown here is a copy with the ultra rare international complimentary sticker that was probably handed out to VIPs. So look at that. So if you got one of them, my goodness, you are lucky. How cool would it be, to find one of those? So again, all different information. You got about the recordings. You got the 8-track. The reel there as well. Sorry about that. The audio tape. And it gives you all the information about them. Again, posters there. Elvis's single. Elvis's first live single was released in April 1970. Strangely, the Colonel decided not to use a live photo from the recent Vegas engagement. And there it is. Now, I'm not going to go into the Colonel. I've had many requests and many messages asking, will I do a video regarding personal stuff? But no, I won't. Now, there's a reason for it, and I'll explain that in a second. I'll show one of the rare sort of jumpsuits that you don't often see. So, unicorn jumpsuit. The unicorn jumpsuit, also known as the black sleek color suit or the black barcade suit. Now, this piece of paper here that you see, invoice dated January 18th, 1970, from IC Costume Company for 3 white and 2 black jumpsuits. Need my glasses to see that. So maybe I'll say about that in the review that I said about doing. So that suit there, look, is here. That was one of the gentlemen in the 60s come back. So this speaks about obviously the designs. Got the suits there. And yes, as I always do, if I get a new box set or CD or something with a booklet, I read everything from page 1 to the very last sentence, the very last full stop. Okay, so then we come to CD 3 and 4. So I'm going to read out the track list here. So CD 3, you've got the February 18th, 1970 dinner show. Now this is obviously what this is all obviously RTA recorded for this one. This was, you got Long Tall Sally, Elvis Talks, Don't Cry Daddy, The Wonder of You, Walk a Mile in My Shoes, Release Me, and Poke Salad Annie. And then you've got on the same CD then February 19th, 1970 dinner show. Elvis Talks, Proud Mary, Elvis Talks, Don't Cry Daddy, Elvis Talks, Kentucky Rain, Let It Be Me, I Can't Stop Loving You, Walk a Mile in My Shoes, Elvis Talks, Release Me, CC Rider. Then you got the bonus tracks then, which is Hound Dog, Love Me Tender, Walk a Mile in My Shoes in the Ghetto, Kentucky Rain, The Wonder of You, The Wonder of You Again, version 2, The Wonder of You. Oh, hang on a second, these are actually rehearsals. The Wonder of You, February 18th, rehearsal. Does it tell me? Oh, okay. So the bonus tracks. Again, I should have worn my glasses. Hound Dog, that was from February 15th, midnight show. Love Me Tender, February 15th, midnight show. Walk a Mile in My Shoes and in the Ghetto, February 15th, midnight show. Then you got Kentucky Rain, February 16th, dinner show. Then you got The Wonder of You, February 18th, rehearsal, version 1. The Wonder of You, version 2. The Wonder of You, version 3. They're all rehearsals, all on the same date, February 18th. Again, another one. These are all now from February 18th, and they are just rehearsals. You got Release Me, CC Rider, and Walk a Mile in My Shoes. And then you got CD4, which is the full concert of the closing show, February 23rd, 1970. So you got Opening Vamp, All Shook Up, I Got a Woman, Long Tall Sally, Elvis Talks, Don't Cry Daddy, Elvis Talks, Hound Dog, Love Me Tender, Kentucky Rain, Let It Be Me, and I Can't Stop Loving You, CC Rider, Sweet Caroline, Polk Salad Annie, Elvis Taking a Break, Introductions, Blueberry Hill, Elvis is sat at the piano, Lordy Miss Claudie, Elvis sat at the piano. Can you imagine what that would have been like to see? Oh, they should have filmed these. Heartbreak Hotel, Elvis Talks, One Night, It's Now or Never, Suspicious Minds, Elvis Talks, Can't Help Falling in Love, and then there's an announcement. I truly, truly do love this box set. It's definitely a must to have, and everything in here basically makes up everything that you get on this fantastic album. So after reading through that, the track listings and looking through things, I really, really am. After I do this video, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to play the whole box set. And, you know, I might give this a spin. I know it's repeated songs, but, you know, I don't care. I just love this album. Isn't it funny when you don't listen to an album for quite some time, or you play a little bit often? No, I can't even say play a little bit often. Every now and then, I would say maybe. But then when you start talking about it, and you're doing a video like this, and you think, do you know what? I really want to listen to it now. That's exactly how I'm feeling. Just give me 1 second as I have to take a drink. I've done this whole video basically without taking a drink. Oh yeah, funny enough, to one of my comments, yes, I am a Cobra Kai fan. Really can't wait for November 15th for when the next part comes out. So, my review on this is that it's a fantastic album, and you definitely should be one that has it. So, if there's any other questions regarding this album, I mean, I could read out this entire book, because the baseline or the more information about this album, I would say, is contained in here. Because, you know, just like any live engagement, whether it be 69 or whether it would be 1970 or any other engagement, you know, there's not much really you can say about the album. I mean, Elvis was in good spirits. He enjoyed himself. You can hear him interacting with the audience. I think that's one of the magical things about Elvis, is that he loved, as I said, you know, a few minutes ago, he loved to make the audience feel part of the show. It wasn't just the fact that he was standing there performing and singing. He interacted with them. He had a laugh with them. And, you know, you hear so many stories from fans who went to see him and explain how he was. And I think, although he really was sort of like tied up at the International Hotel, and I know that at some point that he, you know, he was just the same sort of thing to him, but I think it was one of the best locations, because if you think about all those high stages of where he was and the fans reaching out for him and so forth, he couldn't really, it was difficult. It was more difficult for him to get down into the audience and, you know, interact. And with Las Vegas, it was very well equipped, and, you know, he could interact more with his audience, I think, really, and walk around. Elvis loved that because he loved his fans. He loved us all. And, you know, he gave so much. So yeah. So this video has been done for Ty Guy, the Elvis fan. And I hope that you've enjoyed the video. I hope that my little minor interruptions with my dog didn't affect you too much. And that's for everybody out there. I did have a little postie delivery this morning. Elvis. I'm just showing you like that. Rare Elvis Volume 3. Why am I showing you like that? Because I'm expecting Volume 2 to arrive as well this week. And I'm going to do another video. I'm going to do another video as well for Curtis Simpkins, which I'm going to do tomorrow. Because he's asked me if I would message me on Facebook, because we're friends on Facebook. He asked me if I could do one, basically showing all of the blue labels that I've got, where Elvis's name is like an orange effect type thing. Um, and I said, yeah, of course, because I think he wants to collect all of those labels. So I don't have them all. There are some albums out there with the label that I don't have because I don't need them in my collection. Because, like I said, my collecting, my main priority when I started collecting vinyl again was to get everything from 1956 right up to 1977. That was my main goal, and I didn't think I was able to do it, but I done it. And that was just the UK pressings, the original UK first pressings. I done that, and then I thought, wow, because of the time limit that I done it, and I thought, do you know what? Maybe I can go and get the other compilations that I had after Elvis's sad passing, and I've been able to do that. So, but there were some that obviously I didn't have because my father, you see, because I'm basically collecting everything back that I had in my father's collection. See, my father collected right up to 1990, and when it comes to Elvis's vinyl, anyway. And I think after Elvis's passing, it was like, well, what more could be released? You know, it was mainly like reissues of previous recorded songs and so forth. And for my dad, it had to be something specific about the compilation or the way it was put together. So he didn't collect everything that came out after 77, and he was very picky. And when my father's collection, got handed down to me and it got destroyed in 2009, it really broke my heart. It really did. So all I'm really trying to do is collect back what I once had, what my dad once had. Because there's still a part of me that kind of feels I let him down in a way, even though he says I didn't, because it wasn't me who smashed up the collection. Right. So yeah, even though it wasn't me who smashed up the collection, um, yeah, I still feel that I want to get back because I cherish those records. I cherish the albums, and they meant sentimental to me, even though and they were in mint, and I mean mint condition. My father was very very strict. I mean, he wouldn't even give them to me until I was 18, and he wouldn't let me look at them beforehand. I mean, he showed me them. Don't get me wrong, he wouldn't let me touch them. He would not let me touch them. Um, and I still kept obviously my reissues because when he handed them down to me, yeah, there would be, every now and then I would take them out to have a look, but I would never actually play them. And I know what people, may be thinking, well, why bother having them then if you're not going to have a use out of them? They were, they were sentimental to me, and they obviously meant a lot to my dad. So I kept them in pristine condition as he did, out of respect for both my dad's and the vinyl, Um, and my dad did have some little rarities as well, like some imports, what have you. Which again, I've been fortunate enough to be given those vinyls, um, which was very unexpected because I didn't intend on that one. So the way I see it is, I've succeeded with my goal. And okay, the records that I've been able to collect, I've not been able to spring loads and loads and loads of money on like a mint crystal condition ones. Um, but I'm grateful for what I've had. And without my brother Rossi, especially the first and second album, I really do not know what I would have done. I probably would have never gotten as far, and some of the rarities, and my brother Rossi, he knows, exactly what my situation was and is, and what these mean to me, and I just, again, I really can't thank Rossi enough. Um, and so anyway, I kind of thought, well, let's see what I can collect after Elvis's sad passing. What could I collect back? And I've just been fortunate enough to get hold of what my father had. So I'm gonna do the same thing up to 1990, and that's it. Um, there's some records, obviously, I've had in job lots. Like, at the moment, I've got listed on eBay the Essential Elvis Volume 2 and Elvis a Canadian Tribute. I got those listed on eBay because I already had them, so I don't need I don't need these ones. Um, so yes, that's all basically I'm doing. Just collecting it. There's only now I've gotten Rare Elvis Volume 2 and 3. Well, 3 has arrived today. I'm expecting Volume 2 to arrive this week. All I need now is just this one. I was bothered about, and I wasn't bothered about because although my dad did have it, it'd be one of the ones I would collect. And I've seen it for around £3-4 here and there. But I'm also one that I'm not a big lover of ordering offline. I've had no choice to half the time, but I do like going out and collecting from a vinyl store. I'm after, what have I got to get now? I've got to get Back in Memphis, the US release, because I've, on its own, not the double one, because I've got the Elvis in person. So I just need to get Back in Memphis now, US release. I need to get that. And Rock and Roll number 2. And I don't mean the HMV one. I mean the one where there's a photograph of him on there from Love Me Tender, and he's just looking up at the guitar. I need to get that version on, I believe the label is the black label with silver on it, black and silver label, RCA, because I've got Rock and Roll number 2, the original HMV. So yeah, just those two, and that's it. That's my Elvis vinyl collection complete. Fully complete. And again, I need to give a big shout out, thank you to Mark at 100% Pure Elvis, because he'd spotted on one of my videos that when I was speaking about some of the ones I was looking for, he had a spare copy of Always on My Mind, the clear vinyl. So he kindly, out of the blue, when we were talking over the phone, asked me for my address as he wanted to send it to me, and I was gobsmacked, really was gobsmacked. So I will be showing that as well in my next video. So yeah, that's basically about it, and I hope you've enjoyed. And yeah, I hope you all keep well. I hope you all keep safe, and until the next time, take care of yourselves. Love you all. And again, thank you all so much for subscribing. I hope you're enjoying the channel. I hope you enjoy the content. And I'll see you again very soon. Take care.